Welcome back to the Wicked Wacky Radio Show. I am your host, Reid.
And I'm Frank.
And here in our studio is a special guest, my friend Katharine. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome for being here. And we haven't pointed this out to you yet, and this is some big, groundbreaking stuff here on the Wicked Wacky Radio Show.
It surely is.
You are our first female guest.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah,
you are.
You're breaking the glass ceiling on our show.
We've had call-ins with females where we have had females on the show. We are not a sexist place here.
Yes,
But
Frank's
you are
friend
our first
Lauren's
in-studio
voice has been featured.
I forgot about that. That's true.
Well, then you're welcome for me being here.
Yes.
That's right. You have shattered. What is it, Reid?
The glass ceiling.
You've shattered
wooden
our
floor
glass ceiling.
That's
above
right.
us. I'm very strong, guys.
That's right.
You're a pioneer.
Yeah.
And Katharine here has her own YouTube channel. Why don't you tell the folks where they can find you and what your channel's about?
Sure, thank you. It's called K Red Reads. So that's K as in Katharine, red as the color red, and reads like you read a book. All one word. And I read children's books and I read short stories for adults.
Nice. It's definitely fun to listen to. And we definitely hope you go check her out and support her channel. Well, if you're listening to this when it comes out, you know that tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And to celebrate Thanksgiving, we're going to do some fun or maybe not so fun. We're going to find out.
Oh, they'll be fun. They'll be fun.
Thanksgiving-themed Madlibs. I filled out some with the help of Katharine, and Frank, of course, filled out his own.
Well, I didn't fill them out. More as I've given a list of random parts of the English language, and we're going to see where that goes.
Right. Well, I mean, hopefully people are familiar with how Mad Libs work.
But I'm just trying to say that I've not read the stories. I'm not familiar with them. Haven't read them. I just gave a bunch of words out.
Right. Same here. Even though I had our great, wonderful intern, Chad Chapiti, come up with these Mad Libs, I have not read through them myself. So it's going to be a fun surprise.
Oh, no, I have.
You read them?
You read the whole things already?
No, I'm totally kidding.
Well, you kind of got me. I wouldn't be surprised if you had. They don't seem that long.
I have not read them, except for I did read the first two blanks of this first one.
When I told him there's one of them where I did, and I noticed right away that there's a mistake.
Yeah, grammatical
Remember,
problem.
I told you, I was like angry.
Yeah.
Because he interrupted me while I was filling one out. And I'm like, I just happened to just read it while I was passively listening to what he was telling me. And I'm like, this isn't even accurate.
Well, some of these, we wrote words that could be a noun or a verb if you just read it by yourself.
Yeah, I love words like that.
Do you remember?
If you just read it by itself, of course you're reading it by yourself.
Tell her my favorite point about language, Reid. Tell her. Because I bet me and Katharine could debate this.
All words are nouns?
Every word is a noun. Everything is a noun.
I mean, I suppose that's like physics, right?
Like there's a little atom.
Like everything is
everything
atoms.
boils down to some uncuttable point. No,
right?
I think that's been
And then you can
unproven.
argue that, well, then there's like the physics versus psychology, because if you're a psychologist, you'll say, or if you're a neuroscientist, you'll say everything only exists in our brains and the way we perceive it. But then if you're,
that's silly.
A physicist, you'll say actually things exist totally independently of how we perceive them, and
Right.
it's a totally different thing.
Right. It is. So
I
I
swear
thought you
I'm
would
not-
find that interesting. No, we'll revisit it.
I'm
I
smarter
knew
than
you
this,
would find it
guys.
interesting.
I'm very
But
tired.
I think
Yeah.
we should get into it because that's the theme, the Thanksgiving Mad Libs, guys.
Yep.
And we got a few of them, so I think we should just
Yep. Let's get to it.
All right.
Did we decide who was going first?
Oh, as far as who reads first?
Yeah.
Well, no, but we know which one's going to be first, and
All
it's a
right.
Thanksgiving to remember.
Well, how about ladies first?
I think ladies should go first, too.
All right.
We are gentlemen on this channel.
Right, of course. All right, so yes, this is called a Thanksgiving to remember. And you're going to fill in the blanks with words matching the prompts. So again, these are Mad Libs. So the first one it's a story. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because of all the hard cans. Every year, my family gathers around the orange to squat the silky turkey. I had to make sure I was reading that right.
I have fond memories of squatting that silky turkey.
I didn't know anyone else did that.
That's my favorite tradition.
Wow. I just thought I was a weirdo. My cousin Harold always brings their famous banana, which tastes like coaster. We tried to get him to stop bringing it, but he really likes doing it. This year, things got really toasty when Uncle Winifred decided to sing during dinner. He accidentally knocked over the couch, spilling soup all over Grandma's shirt.
Oh, God. I just realized what mine are going to be.
Yikes, Grandma yelled, waving her shoe in the air.
Oh, God.
The dog started talking around the room, chasing the giraffe that somehow got inside.
Somehow a giraffe got in?
It's Thanksgiving.
It's a very big house, Reid.
It's very normal, so why is it somehow?
It's got, like, what do they call them? Cathedral
He was invited.
ceilings?
Goodness.
I saw his invite was checked at the door.
He comes with Harold. That's part of the package.
Oh,
Yeah, you say nothing about what was the animal?
yeah, the giraffe.
Well, Harold brings the banana that tastes like coaster.
Oh.
But we still let him come and bring his banana coasters because
Well,
he
you
always
can
brings the
always
giraffe.
well, yeah.
We like the giraffe.
Yep.
By the
that's
end of the
it.
night, we were all sliding, and because of the soup, right, on the floor, and agreed it was the most soft.
No, because he spilled the soup.
Right,
yeah.
It doesn't say that in the story. I'm just saying that.
It does say that.
It doesn't say
He
that.
spilled the soup.
It says that, but it doesn't say that we're sliding because of the soup.
Yeah.
Oh, but it makes logical
Yeah.
sense,
Right,
though.
right.
You can
Just like
infer it.
interpreting. Just so the
Yes.
story
She's
is
ad-libbing a
pretty.
Mad Lib.
Yes, I'm ad-libbing a Mad Lib.
Yep.
And agreed it was the most
You can't
soft.
ad-lib a Mad Lib.
I think I just did. So you can. And it was the most soft Thanksgiving ever.
Oh, nice.
The end.
The most soft Thanksgiving ever. That's a good one.
I think so.
My
That
favorite
is a
part
good
was the giraffe.
Mine too. That's everybody's favorite part. That's why we still let Uncle Harold come.
Somehow the giraffe got in.
All
It's a
right.
mystery.
You want to see what I came up with on this one, apparently?
Yep.
Yes.
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because of all the beautiful canaries. Every year, my family gathers around the axe to
Okay.
cut.
Oh, makes sense.
To cut.
Duh.
I think that was it.
No.
The precious turkey.
Oh.
No, I'm having trouble reading I'm going back and forth between what I wrote down and what. My cousin, Billy Tex, always brings their famous ground beef, which tastes like ketchup. This year, things got really slow when Uncle Jimp decided to kill during dinner. He accidentally knocked over the crocodile, spilling vodka all over Grandma's panties. Egad! Grandma yelled, waving her eggplant in the air. The dog,
Wait, is it an eggplant emoji? Because that'd be weird.
it just says eggplant. The dog started brooding around the room,
Whoa.
chasing the pig that somehow got inside. By the end of the night, we all... What is... Hang on, wait a minute.
We were all.
I lost something. The dog started chewing around the...
I thought you said he was
room.
brooding.
I mixed them up.
Oh.
No, now 19 is brooding. By the end of the night, we were all brooding and agreed it was it was the most mighty Thanksgiving ever.
Maybe you should be chewing at the
Mighty.
end since the dog was brooding.
I'm just mixing between reading from down here to up there, back and forth. I'm getting scattered up there, but
So my cousin Harold, who brings the gross bananas, doesn't sound so bad now that your cousin
No.
started murdering during
murdering
dinner.
during
Yeah.
dinner. Yeah. I can't believe, how do you get ground beef to taste like ketchup? I'm so hung up on the...
Oh, I
think
can
that's
answer
part of
that,
it too, is like-
actually. I can answer that. You just put on a massive amount of ketchup.
Yeah.
It's a good answer.
Yeah, some
is a
people
good answer.
eat
That would
their
make
meatloaf
it,
like that.
that
They
would make it
just-
taste like ketchup,
yeah,
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Now, what?
He just puts it on for you.
I'm curious if the crocodile
It puts the ketchup
That
on
was
it.
not sober. Was a live crocodile.
I also was wondering
Yeah.
that. Was
According
it
to
like
this,
Oh, well,
a
shoot.
stuffed crocodile that she had on display? Or
could
was
be.
it like her pet crocodile?
Oh,
Do they live in Florida and that
Sounds
had also
like- I
gotten
mean,
in
of
somehow
course.
noticed?
No. What you guys are failing to understand
Oh,
is
wait, that's
it's not
alligators in
about-
Florida.
It's not a question of whether it's a live crocodile or not. It says it got knocked over. The question is, where on earth was this crocodile perched? You guys?
Well, but that matters.
What are you
That-
talking about?
Okay, so
It's
whether
a
it's
live
alive or
crocodile.
dead makes it. If it's alive or dead, might change where it was perched.
well,
Right?
if
Would
it's
it?
alive, or-
Absolutely, because if it were a dead crocodile, a stuffed one, it could be hung on the wall.
Well,
But if it
crocodiles
were-
aren't known to climb.
Right,
So
exactly.
I suppose you have
Right.
I suppose
If it-
you have a point.
if it
It's
was
very
alive,
important.
If it's a live crocodile and it was knocked over, and it sounds like a live crocodile, dangerous, is now on the loose.
Right. Now you've got what happened after it got knocked over. Did it lie
Did
there?
it
when you're-
kill? Did
right?
it kill with
That's
the
a
uncle?
different Mad Lib for a
Right.
different day, you guys. I'm
Yeah.
telling you what.
Well, I would like to say I'd much rather have a mighty Thanksgiving than a soft Thanksgiving.
I would too.
Yes.
And, here we would like to wish all of you a mighty Thanksgiving. To you
Exactly.
and yours.
I would like to wish everyone I almost said soft the wrong way. I almost said soft. I'd like to wish you Mike Tyson wishes you a soft Thanksgiving, everybody. I wish
And
him
I made $1 million for doing it.
I want to wish him a soft Thanksgiving because he looks cuddly, and I kind of want to hug him. I like Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah,
Oh.
I want to
cool.
run up and give him a hug.
And all his pigeons.
Yes, all his pigeons. I want to give them all little hugs. So soft Thanksgiving is what I'm wishing everyone.
All right. Well, thank you.
Soft.
A soft
Soft,
Thanksgiving. A soft Mike
A
Tyson
soft
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. A soft Thanksgiving, everybody.
What's our next story?
It is the great, excuse me, not grape or whatever I almost said. The Great Black Friday Adventure.
Oh, yeah. This sounds good.
Am I going first this time?
Sure.
All right, because it was females first before. So
Yeah,
I
we'll
think the
switch
expression is
over.
ladies first, but that's okay.
what I say, females, and you don't like that? It's a
I
little
said the
too on the
expression
nose,
is
huh?
ladies first, not to
Well,
split
you are a
hairs with
lady,
you.
and
But
everybody, I'm so sorry to you and to everybody. I'm sorry to. I didn't mean any slight by it.
I know.
Okay. I hope so.
You're absolved. You're totally absolved.
I've been drinking long before you got here.
That was evident.
Okay.
Which is why I had to catch up a little bit.
All right. So, This one, the Great Black Friday Adventure. Every year on Black Friday, my ugly family wakes up at 3 a.m. to join the midgets of shoppers swindling outside
The midgets?
the crab. This year, my best friend, Joe, decided to come along for the obtuse experience. Our first stop was CVS, where the doors opened and people
I
rushed
love the
in.
Christmas shop there.
And people rushed in like a herd of Russians. Whoa! Someone shouted as they tried to eat a loud deal on a giant frog while dancing through the aisles. We stumbled upon a bass drum that was on sale for 90% off. It was the most angry thing we've ever seen. Just then, Meryl Streep appeared, signing autographs on the bikers. Does that make sense? Wait, no.
No, but that's the
Yeah.
point.
It does.
It makes sense
All right.
linguistically, yes.
Let's
Grammatically, I think that's what you meant.
flick over there, I said slowly. Let's flick over there. That doesn't make any sense. I said slowly. We waited in line to meet them, clutching our booger tightly. After that, we decided to grab some nasty lunch consisting of leftover bats. We had been crying since Thanksgiving. Oh, I wish you were drying.
Well, I bet you
that would
were
be
crying after eating nasty bats.
Yeah, but bats we had been drying. Imagine if I was one letter off from that being perfect. Bats we had been drying since Thanksgiving.
Oh, you had been drying the bats. I thought you said bats we had been drying, period.
I said crying.
We've been crying since Thanksgiving.
Hang on, this is the line. A lunch consisting of leftover bats we had been crying since Thanksgiving. That's the word I came up
Oh, I see.
with. I'm saying I was
drying would have been great.
I know. It would have been epic. Okay. As the day went on, we filled our cart with blood after. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Yeah,
it has the
blood
number
after
24
blood.
twice.
We filled our cart with blood after blood.
Oh, I see.
How does that make any sense?
More than
though? I
one
still don't
blood.
like it. I don't like it.
It's
though.
one of those like immeasurable nouns,
like
and they
it.
should have said not an immeasurable. But
Well,
anyway.
this has made plenty of mistakes. Okay, all right,
That's okay, it's okay.
But, yeah. Okay.
Well, we don't pay our insurance, so that's what we get.
Eureka! I exclaimed when I realized we had spent all our money.
On blood. After blood.
Time to combine home. Joe said, carrying an enormous Jello that was too shaky to fit in the car.
Yep.
We sated to squeeze
Oh.
all the communists into the trunk, but it was like fitting socialism into a suitcase. Oh, into a bright suitcase.
Didn't Karl Marx try to do that? Into a neat little package.
He did pack a lot into that book of his, you know. Okay. On the way home, we couldn't stop adding about all the great deals we got. Next year, I said we should bring a bigger pineapple. Or maybe we should just puke online. Joe laughed. It was a colorful day filled with darts, and even though my wallet now flips empty, my heart was full of blimp. Can't wait for next year's Brown Black Friday.
Brown Black Friday.
Those are the words I came up with.
You know my favorite part?
It's a long one. It took forever.
The part right near the end when it said it was a day full of, I think you said darts.
Yeah,
Darts.
darts.
There were no darts mentioned. Where's the darts?
What did you say your heart was full of? My heart was full of.
It was, where's my heart filled with?
It's the second to last one.
My heart was full of blimp.
Yeah.
What's that word?
I want my next
Blimp.
future boyfriend to write me a poem called that. My heart is full of blimp. Okay? Like, that's the most romantic thing you can ever hear from a man.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And
You heard it here, folks.
This is why I'm single, probably. But, yeah, I will accept.
My heart is full of blimp.
I will accept no less than a
mind
poem
you,
of that
Well,
caliber.
Need I remind you, I didn't read this.
You know, blimps are very
First.
full,
That's
actually.
the fun and the magic.
So it
of
works as a
Madlibs.
metaphor.
And where did I come up with blimp? Doesn't it fit quite well?
Yeah, it actually
And why-
does.
Where's the logic?
When we go back to that bank, I'll tell that banker, my heart is full of blimp for you.
I was trying to set him up with our personal banker. I wonder if she's
okay.
listening to this, though.
Oh,
She just found out about all of
You
our
should
stuff.
give her a card.
I told him. I'm
Did
like,
you give her
should-
a card?
I told her we should ask her
If-
to lunch.
If
I
you-
said, I'll be your wingman. We can go to lunch. Let's ask her to lunch. He didn't want to do
Did
it.
she give you a card?
We
Yes.
do have a business card.
But she gave it to me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Did you hear what she just asked? She gave it to me.
Well,
No, I'm just trying to press his buttons. I want to see how he react.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
so here's the Great Black Friday adventure. Every year on Black Friday, my loud family wakes up at 3 a.m. to join the tacos of shoppers
Jumping
shoppers
outside.
jumping outside the ball. This year, my brain did not like that sentence. This year, my best friend Shepherd, he's a dog, obviously, decided to
He works
come.
with sheep
No,
for sure.
he is a shepherd.
Decided to come along for the blue experience. Our first trip, that's what the kids are saying for cool now.
Yeah.
They say blue instead of like, that's cold.
Yeah, makes sense.
I just made that up too. Our first stop was Bloomingdale's, where the doors opened and people rushed in like a herd of whistles.
Nice.
Egad! Someone shouted as they tried to shout a coarse deal on a giant dog.
Nice. I want a course deal on a dog.
Giant dog.
I want a
Giant
dog
dog.
for like fire sale prices.
It was even bigger than Shepherd. This was a huge dog. But Shepherd was louder than the shouting deal people. While galloping through the aisles, we stumbled upon a tree that was on sale for 90% off.
Nice.
How big of a tree?
It was a huge tree. It
Okay.
was huge.
How
It
was
was
it
the-
the most?
It was the most shiny thing we'd ever seen.
Oh,
It'd been
that's
decorated
cool.
for Christmas.
tinfoil, I'm sure,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Just then, Alex Trebek appeared.
Wow, from the dead.
Yes.
Obviously.
We found out later it was actually a hologram, but
Oh, well, that makes sense.
he did, appear from the
I'm sure
dead,
his brain's in a
kinda.
vat somewhere.
Yeah.
Signing autographs on answers. Oh my gosh, that makes
Perfect.
sense. That makes sense. He still had the answer card.
The answer is
Alex Trebek.
What is The answer cards. Let's juggle over there, I said loudly. We waited in line to meet them, clutching our asteroid tightly. After that, we decided to grab some yellow lunch. Consisting.
Yellow
You don't
tuna?
know that yet. It might have been squash. I haven't told you yet.
Squash would be good.
It was
Yellow lunch.
consisting.
It's a new concept to me.
Yeah.
Well, here's a concept for you. It was consisting. This actually relates to what we were talking about earlier. It was consisting of leftover atoms.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, with a T?
Yeah, with a T.
Not like
not.
men?
No, this is not. No, it was
They're
not
not like
cannibalism
leftover men?
lunch.
Yeah, not a man.
That's
No.
good.
No, it wasn't the other type of atoms. Although I do hear those are the tastiest type of human
Oh.
is atoms.
Okay.
It's just
I
what I've
wouldn't
heard.
know.
I mean, I don't know
I
from
wouldn't
personal
either.
experience.
Well,
It's just
nope. Well,
what
I've been with a lot of
been led to believe.
Chads.
Were they tasty as well?
Oh my
Or
Would
never mind.
You like to know?
We'll go to. This is going down a different direction.
I love a good tasty Chad.
We've gone off the beaten path, folks.
All right,
That's right,
so
folks.
it was consisting of leftover chads. No, it was it was consisting of leftover atoms.
Stop
my-
thinking about me.
You got in my head.
I know.
The meal was yellow leftover atoms. Maybe parts of chads. We don't know. Unclear. Leftover. We had been pushing since Thanksgiving. You gotta push those.
Those
Pretty hard.
atoms
People don't wanna
take
eat
a
'em
long time to
otherwise.
get out.
As the day went on, we filled our cart with rocket after rocket. Ahoy! I exclaimed when I realized we had spent all our money. Time. Read stuff laughing. I can't read. Time to wave home. That works. Time to wave home, Shepherd
Well, they're
said.
both sailing. The
Right.
ahoy and the
That's
yeah.
what I mean. It works,
I know.
right? Time to wave home, Shepherd said.
Heave. Too bad you hadn't said heave.
Well,
Heave
'cause
or
he's-
shove would be good.
Because Shepherd said it, and he's a dog. That was my dog voice. Carrying an enormous chocolate that was too speckled to fit in the car. We
Kind of makes sense.
We checked to squeeze all the. We checked to squeeze all the sausage in the trunk. We bought a lot of it.
Sausages.
But it was like-
Wouldn't it be sausages?
Yes, sausages. We checked to squeeze all the sausages into the trunk, but it was like fitting a host into a sharp suitcase. Is that what happened to Alex Trebek?
A host of.
God.
That's your answer right there.
Oh.
I think it is.
You mean my question? What happened to Alex Trebek? I'm kidding.
The answer
We
is.
love Alex Trebek.
Sharp suitcase.
Third, verb. Oh no, I'm still reading the wrong thing.
Verb is.
On the way home, we couldn't stop camping about all the great deals we got. Next year, I said, we should bring a bigger cat.
Yeah. I like that. That makes sense to me.
Or maybe we should just scurry online. Shepherd laughed. Or maybe we should just scurry online.
Yeah.
Woof, Shepherd laughed.
Shepherd the dog.
Right. It was a prickly day filled with cattle. And even though my wallet now stretches empty, my heart was full of pen.
Mine was
It was full
lips
of
empty.
pen. Can't wait for next year's handy Black Friday.
It's never been handy in my opinion. I don't know what makes.
It's too
right,
inconvenient to be
handy.
handy, right?
I
Like I'm
know.
not sitting outside at 4 in the
It's
morning.
terrible. All right, so the next one, the unexpected Thanksgiving guest,
Well, hold
and
on, I was just gonna say
a legal note. Do you have a legal
A
note?
legal note? No. I was just gonna say to the folks, if they're enjoying these Mad Libs so far, to like and comment and subscribe on YouTube, and you can leave a rating on your podcast player.
Let us know what you
Absolutely.
Yeah.
thought was the funniest one.
Yeah. Ahoy! Leave a rating.
It was funny. And I thought, as an unexpected guest, we hadn't put out or anything that we were going to have Katharine here.
Right.
And females first and all that. So I think on this one, we should alternate yet again. And maybe you should go first on the unexpected Thanksgiving guest.
All right. The unexpected Thanksgiving guest. This Thanksgiving was anything but green. Instead of roasting a turkey, my family decided to cook a train.
Yum. I
As-
love metal.
As we were brushing in the kitchen, there was a knock at the door. When we opened it, there stood Hank, looking very dark. I don't know. Maybe his countenance was dark, right? Like
Yeah.
he brought with him like a cloud of
Well, dark can mean a lot
worry.
of things. Dark's very appropriate because dark
Yeah.
can mean like menacing. Dark can mean like,
Yeah, that's what I mean, because I'm not sure what else.
yeah. Dark. You're looking very
Well,
dark.
Hank's a dark man.
Well, maybe, I mean, yeah,
Well, you
maybe
could go that way,
he
too.
has dark
You
skin to
could-
begin with.
But
if
That's
he was
not what I'm
looking,
I
saying.
wouldn't want to go there.
but
I
if
would
he
say
was looking
Hank's a dark
dark,
man.
then that must mean he was looking dark for him, right? So that would lead me to believe it's a mood
I
thing.
would think like brooding.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay. He held a flower in his hand.
But that would still be appropriate
That's
to
a
say.
good way.
You can so appropriately say looking dark, meaning brooding.
Right. And I was thinking, it doesn't really go with holding a flower. I mean, that when I want to be brooding and dark and like imposing, I definitely show up
But
with a flower.
contrast, right? So
That
now
could be
you're really
terrifying.
questioning what's going on with.
You're right.
Hank.
Very unsettling. Okay, I dig it. He held a flower in his hand.
He could have just come from a funeral.
He could have just pulled it out of the ground like a psycho.
Yes. All right, let's go.
He could have stolen it from someone else's bouquet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really wild. And asked if he could crush us. Crush with us. Crush us is funnier.
Yeah.
It's really more in line with Hank's, personality as we've so far established it.
Plus, what else has he crushed?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to go with Hank asked if he could crush us. Like the flower. We were surprised, but welcomed him in. He regaled us with stories about his adventures collecting rare tomatoes, which was absolutely fine.
They were probably heirlooms.
I hope it was fun.
Just as we sat down to eat, the almond started to wobble. Wow, someone shouted as the table shocked, sending the taser flying. Oh my gosh, that works. The table was shocked because the taser went off. Wow, because somebody threw an almond. Oh, the almond was wobbling because the taser went off on the table.
Yeah.
It all makes sense. Undeterred, Hank helped us gather the scattered pigs quietly and suggested,
That's how a real man works. In the shadows. That's why he's dark.
is that why the
guys-
taser was there? Because there were cops at the Thanksgiving.
Could be. It was a sting operation.
I'm kidding.
No, I was thinking
I'm
about little
kidding.
fat pigs running around.
I mean, they could be real pigs.
Can you imagine having to herd pigs quietly? How are you going to herd pigs?
No, the pigs were herding. Oh no, they were herding the pigs quietly.
Yeah.
Maybe the pigs were herding themselves quietly.
I think it's easy. Have you seen the Batman? He works in silence.
Oh.
You could hurt him quite easily.
that's true. Like when you're teaching, if you want the class to shut up, You stand there and you be really quiet.
Yeah, and then they start to think,
And they're like,
"Oh,
uh-oh.
what's going on? Something weird's going on."
Yep.
Like that.
Undeterred. I already said that part. He helped us gather the scattered pigs quietly and suggested we have a picnic-style dinner. It turned out to be a high idea. I don't think they mean high-minded. I think Frank, no, not Frank. You're Frank. Hank. Sorry, I think Hank, maybe that's how he ended up at our house.
He is.
In case
With that
anybody
idea.
forgot, I'm Frank, not Hank.
We don't know that.
I am not a dark person.
So old Hank, had that high idea. We spent the evening cutting stories and laughing until our hat hurt.
Makes sense.
My hat hurts.
Well, because you could be laughing, you get wrinkles on your forehead, your hat.
And your hat's like too
Sure,
tight. Your hat's too tight.
sure.
I've been laughing so much my hat
My hat
hurts right
hurts.
now.
That's what I call the top of my head anyway. So like, if I laugh too hard, sometimes my hat hurts. It's going to be a thing. Again, that's what the kids are saying.
Is it?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know any kids.
They
so
weren't
I
saying
wouldn't know.
blue either, but you know, it'll
The
catch
only
on.
kids I know are like less than 4.
It'll catch on for me. Before leaving, Shep offered to punch us again next year, which we all thought was a rough plan. I would say so. As we walked out the door, he tipped his refrigerator and disappeared into the night. I forgot to say he showed up with the refrigerator.
No, just- a
Which also
refrigerator got
gave
mentioned.
it also lended itself to his dark look, or it lended
'cause he was
to
carrying
his
a
dark look
refrigerator
because
or
yeah, I know it's a little weird. Somebody shows up with an entire fridge.
It would be weird.
And he's
Right?
probably tired from carrying it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As he walked out the door and he tipped his refrigerator, he disappeared into the night. Sometimes unexpected sheep lead to the best memories. Now,
That's true.
my family, I mean, Hank doesn't sound like he was a sheep, honestly. He sounds like a man who thinks
He
for
was
himself.
a leader
That's
of sheep.
Right. Now my family always waddles an extra place setting, just in case a mysterious car arrives. Slowly. Thanksgiving has never been the same since that day. And we find ourselves
Something I almost feel like you mixed up Madlibs. Where are you? You realize how
no, this is it, right?
the unexpected Thanksgiving guest? I suppose. Just keep going. You're almost done, right?
Yeah. Thanksgiving has never been the same since that day, and we find ourselves rushing more than ever. After all, it's not just about the leaf on the table. There are leaves in tables actually for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you take them out, put them in.
Yeah,
take 'em out,
for
put
all
'em
the
in.
people.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh my gosh. This is brilliant, you guys. This is amazing. After all, it's not just about the leaf on the table, but the fat people and the waitresses we share.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
And I'm glad to
Of
be with you
course.
again. I kind
Don't
of
forget-
got lost for a
never.
minute, and I'm like, am I on the wrong one? Are you on the wrong one? Oh,
Let's do this again next year, we all agreed. Ready to tussle whatever surprises come our way.
Absolutely. Why not? I think we should do this again.
That's
next year.
amazing.
Well, here's to all the fat people and waitresses
Amen.
we share.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
That-
Cheers.
cheers.
Absolutely.
Cheers. I'm sticking. There we go.
Cheers.
Yeah.
All right, now I'll try to read my version of this one.
It got a little more difficult on this one, at least for me.
Well, let's see. I'm
So
going to
let's-
try to just cruise through it, but let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Because I even struggled to follow along with yours. So
Yeah.
let's see how this goes.
So this should
actually.
go great.
I know, it really should. This Thanksgiving was anything but blank. Instead of roasting a turkey, my family
Wait,
decided...
blank was your adjective?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. You just did that to see if we were paying attention.
No, that's just what I... Look,
That's amazing. Okay, sorry, continue.
Well, some people use a lot of colors. Green, yellow, blue. I chose blank. And I didn't think about the fact I was writing on blank until you just pointed that out. I didn't realize that I was
so
personifying
confused.
what.
I was so confused for a second. I was like, oh no.
There's a blank here, and I wrote blank on
Does
the blank.
Frank understand
I didn't
the
realize that's
assignment?
very meta.
Does he know he's supposed to
I
read the
didn't
word
realize-
he wrote
no.
in the blank?
No. Just as
He forgot how to do
that'd be
it.
I'm very performative then, aren't I? Is anything but blank. That'd be very good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I wrote. Instead of roasting a turkey, my family decided to cook a book. As we were reading in the kitchen, there was a knock at the door. When we opened it, there stood Bobbert, looking very fat. Yeah, Bobbert, looking very fat. He held a dog in his hand and asked if he could bark with us. We were surprised but welcomed him in. He regaled us with stories about his adventures collecting rare trainers, which was absolutely sickly.
Did he have really bad taste in shoes then?
Just as we sat down to eat, the bush started to wobble. Heel! Someone shouted as the table finished. As the table finished.
As the table what?
Sending the tree flying. Undeterred, Bobbert helped us gather scattered houses humbly and suggested we have a picnic-style dinner. It turned out to be a colorful idea. We spent the evening climbing stories and laughing until our box hurt.
What?
Yeah.
Before leaving,
I gotta say, as your representative female, that has never happened to me. I don't think that's a thing.
Before leaving, Bobbert offered to crouch us again next year, which we all thought was a slow plan. As he walked out the door, he tipped us his television and disappeared into the night. Sometimes unexpected tables lead to the best memories. Now, my family always carries an extra place setting, just in case a mysterious bank appears. Shyly. Just in case an unexpected bank appears shyly. Thanksgiving has never been the same since that day, and we find ourselves prancing more than ever. After all, it's not just about the book on the table, but the dark people and businesses we share. Let's do this again next year, we all agreed, ready to perish whatever surprises come our way.
Well, I like how your story said it's about the dark people we share, which obviously was about Hank in my story.
Right.
And what was cool was Bobbert was tipping televisions and Hank was tipping refrigerators, both appliances.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, so you said that Bobbert tipped you a television, which meant it sounded like he gave you a tip that was a television, which is much better than the little tip of the hat we got from Hank with a refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does
So
sound better.
I'm a little
Tip of the hat,
jealous.
shake of
I
the
guess.
hand, wag
That you
of
guys
the
got
finger.
a TV and we just got a little tilt of a refrigerator.
Well, when picking random words, All right, well, let's say, okay, I know
Those are
we've
good.
been kind of alternating back and forth. This is the last short one. Should I just cruise this one? This one's just a little poem.
Yeah.
Should I just cruise
Yeah,
through
we'll
this
just
and then
we'll
you
just
do
cruise
it?
them. Do
Yep.
cruisy,
I'll cruise this one and then...
swift.
All right.
Well, I'll say this is the last one that we're going to do unless you become a paid subscriber through our podcast host Red Circle. You'll get to hear one more Mad Lib.
Yes, and we would highly encourage you to do that because it's a real banger. Even though the title doesn't make much sense, we're going to have a ball reading it to you, okay? So the last one here is a Mad Lib poem, Turkey the cartoon, who dislikes Thanksgiving. I wonder why
Imagine that.
a turkey would dislike Thanksgiving. So here we go. Turkey the Tarcoon. Turkey the cartoon, so blind and spry, wanders through the turkey walking by. He sees the hens and all big and bright. Oh, he sees the hens all big and bright, but turkey doesn't shoot.
Oh,
Something's not right.
oh my goodness.
Blanks. Thanksgiving comes, he says, with a barn sigh. All these broad make me feel
These broads.
No, just one.
hills shy. While everyone
Oh.
likes in the house so fair, turkey guardedly steps away with secure care. He dreams of a moat where he can meet far from the curious feasts and the statue sky. So if you see him grinding, just wave goodbye to the sad
I sure
turkey
will.
with a twinkle in his toe. This is ridiculous. And some of those don't work.
I was gonna say, you
I
know what they
they're
did?
Terrible.
Do you know what they did?
They're terrible.
They messed up
I probably
7 and
could-
8. They switched them. 7 was supposed to be the adjective, and 8 was supposed to be the noun.
That makes sense.
So,
a
since
broadside and
I
all
had-
those who make
Yeah.
barn.
Since I had the advantage of going second, I'm going to
Whatever.
switch it for mine.
Do it. Make it more
'cause
logical.
it was
Frank would
nonsense.
like that. I always do
I'll
that.
do it just for Frank.
Okay. I'm going to go get more. I'll be right back for the last one.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're pausing.
No, go.
Oh, we're not pausing? I'm doing it? Okay. But don't you want to hear this? He doesn't want to hear it.
I'll be right back.
That's hilarious. I'm reading through to make this. Well, actually, I won't cheat. I won't read through it first
Alright.
because I want it to be,
Natural
a
reaction.
cold read, natural reaction. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hopefully, you folks have been liking them. Once we can actually pay some interns, we might get better quality Mad Libs.
Yeah, if we get
Right.
somebody who's really got an English degree or something, and not Chad Japidi who doesn't even understand.
Did you say Chad did this? One of the Chads?
Chad Japidi.
Well,
Our
that's
Chad.
that's why they're used for food, right? Chads. 'Cause they're not very good at grammar. I'm sorry
yeah.
to all the Chads out there. I'm kidding. I actually know a Chad who's very good at grammar. Just the one, though. All right. Turkey the cartoon who dislikes Thanksgiving. Turkey the cartoon. Also, we used a lot of the same words, and we didn't. We did it totally independently. This is the one that Reid and I did together, and there's I think there are 2 words, but anyway, here we go. Turkey the cartoon, so serious and spry, wanders through the wall, shoving by.
What a jerk.
He sees the reins all hollow and bright. But turkey doesn't leap. Something's not right. Thanksgiving comes, he says, with a whisker sigh. I said I was going to switch him and then I didn't. Dagnabbit. Thanksgiving comes, he says, with a bright sigh. All these whiskers make me feel...
Yeah, and then that's not plural. It doesn't request a plural noun.
Yeah, and it should.
I know.
And
see,
make
there's a
me
few
feel...
problems.
This should be an adjective.
I know.
We'll just say shy, because there's no noun that should be there. While everyone listens in the sculpture so fair, turkey slyly steps away with furious care. He dreams of a grape where he can style, far from the glassy feasts and the flip-flop sky. So if you see him diving, just wave goodbye to the shallow turkey with a twinkle in his arm. I don't think turkeys even have those, right? They've got
it's
wings.
Interesting though, because this shows to me. I've said it to him many times, and maybe the listeners would be interested, maybe not. But this Chat GPT, the AI, even though it's like the cutting edge of the future, it's all that. I don't think it's that smart.
It's totally not that smart.
I don't think it's very smart at all. But I also think that's one of the problems with Chad is I've asked him. We say that
Chad is a robot. I did not know this.
But I've asked him many times, can you recall the last things we talked about?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no. There's a record of it.
So,
But
did you name your Alexa Chad?
No, it's Chat
that's
GPT.
what we call Chat GPT.
Oh, you call
GPT.
it Chad.
He's our employee that we don't pay.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
It's a joke. Yeah,
That's
we
amazing.
employ-
Okay.
It was actually my...
Chat
Okay, you
my-
got next time you got to tell me if it's fake assistant Chad or tasty Chad.
Well, we ate Tasty Chad. He's gone.
it was actually my
Did you
brother
come to the
Neil
company
had come up with the
barbecue? It
name
was
of
in
it.
July. We had a good time. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And folks, if you have enjoyed these Mad Libs, if you enjoyed hearing Katharine, she's got her own YouTube channel. Tell the folks where they can find you and what you do.
Like,
It's called K Red Reads, and it's all one word. It's K as in the letter. Well, Katharine, that's my name, right? I was waiting for one of you to say it, but that's fine. Katharine. And then
we're trying
red,
to give you the floor.
the color red, and then reads like you read books. K Red Reads. And I've got children's books on there, and I've also got short stories for adults. I don't have any
That's
Madlibs
awesome.
yet.
You haven't done Mad Libs.
I haven't done any Madlibs. I do like...
Well, I'll tell you, as a private moment, if you don't mind, in this setting, these are not my favorite. I mean, they can be fun, but sometimes it's a lot of work, too, to just sit there and go through pages and pages, just list words and words and words, and
Yeah.
you don't know how it's going to turn out. You know what I mean? Like, we've done
That's
this a couple
true.
times.
They
but
could be...
You just don't know. Sometimes as you're sitting there going, it's like, boy, I hope this turns out well.
Yeah, some of them are duds, but some of them are just like hilarious.
Yeah.
Like my favorite one was when your uncle came to Thanksgiving to kill.
Yeah. That's
He started killing during dinner, right?
right.
It was when he decided to kill during dinner. That's what it was.
I like it. It's like Jeffrey Dahmer Thanksgiving. That's
Right?
That could be
A Jeffrey
cool
Dahmer Thanksgiving.
short story, little YouTube short, animations. That'd be fun.
Animation.
Think about that one as you fall asleep tonight, folks.
I'd rather not.
Well, I'll have a link to your channel in the show notes in the description whenever we upload it.
Awesome.
And we'd like to give another special thanks to Katharine for being here tonight and give her the floor if there's any last comment she'd like to say.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on. This was super fun. And I told you guys this morning. Oh my gosh. It was not this morning.
Evening.
I told you guys earlier. My client today, I work in home health, and he did not know what Madlibs were. So I actually have been doing Madlibs all day, and it made my day at least 75% better.
Well, good.
Like,
cool.
seriously, Madlibs are hilarious.
That's cool.
They will never not be hilarious.
It is a fun exercise, I think. I mean, decently fun. It's not my favorite. But it beats Scrabble.
It depends on like how lowbrow your sense of humor was. If you have like really lowbrow, like I do, then they're hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of why I enjoy them. I mean, I don't think anybody should take them seriously. You just go with it. It's supposed to be crazy. Sure, it could make a little bit better story if it did make some more sense at times, but
I think that's just
part
where
of the
I come
game.
from. Is it just like logical? And like I sort of get the, like when I sit down to write this, I see a Thanksgiving to remember. So I know it's Thanksgiving themed.
Yeah, so then you
Right.
start thinking of like Thanksgiving things.
And I'd rather it kind of flow. I don't want it to just go like from Thanksgiving to be talking about pirates, to be talking about Easter Island heads, to be talking about Easter. Do you get what I'm saying?
I kind of do though sometimes. Sometimes those are really like if I think what's funniest is if you have a few that kind of could work and then you have one that's like insane.
Well,
and then
I
it's
think
like
that's interesting.
It's unexpected, and it's more unexpected that way, and it's
That's one of the interesting things about a partnership and about bringing on different personalities too, is because you get these mix. You know, if Reid and I, we've done this before. So that's again why we thank you and why it's great to have you and to have an outside point of view, because otherwise it would have just been Reid and I sitting here reading these things and talking
Well,
about nouns
mostly
and
him.
verbs and adjectives, and it wouldn't have been a lot of fun. So
thank you so much for having me.
no,
well, thank
it's
you for
good to
coming
have
on,
you.
and we appreciate your time.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Absolutely. A
Yes.
happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And as we spoke on our other channel, Conservative Conversations, if you'd like to check that out, we do extend a Thanksgiving to everyone, to, everyone appropriate. So
That's right. And, of course, listeners, if you enjoyed the show, please follow on your favorite podcast platform. You can find us on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, and many other major podcast platforms. And you can also listen to us on YouTube. Just search at WWRS, and you should find us. And like I mentioned earlier, if you'd like to hear an extra Mad Lib, you can become a paid I always did that last time.
Subscriber.
A paid subscriber through our podcast host or Red Circle. We would greatly appreciate your support.
That's right. We hope you might tell a friend or two about us, or a family member or someone else, and encourage them to become a paid subscriber just like you are, so that they have access to the same bonus and exclusive content that you have access to. And as always, we thank you for listening.